Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading from Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you are watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, there we have it. I'm just going to double check that this is lined up properly for you. Okay, good. All right. So we have the Queen of Swords for the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Swords is one of 4 queens in the minor arcana. She represents the element of air, and the swords represent that. The swords are about mental intelligence and discipline of the mind. This is also talking about her having discernment. So she has her left hand out saying, I'm willing to receive, but she has her right arm up with a sword in it. And this is her saying, I've been there, I've done that, and I have the t-shirt. I do not want to put up with any more bullshit from anyone. If you come in and you have something worthwhile to give to me, then, I have time to speak to you. Otherwise, off with your head if you are going to come in with any bullshit. She has clarity now. Her head is above the clouds. She knows exactly what she will and will not tolerate and is not in the mood for any bullshit. Then we have the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands represents immature competition. This card has been coming up a lot lately, and I just feel it's a sign of the times, basically. I feel that a lot of people are feeling a little off-center, and that's causing them to be a little bit more competitive and a little bit more immature about competition. This is my Mean Girls card. Think of narcissistic cheerleaders like in grade 6 to maybe grade 10. And they're at a competition and they can see like there's another team there that's doing better than them. And they are having a hard time accepting that because they want the trophy. So they'll do anything they have to get that trophy, whether they deserve it or not. And so this energy is talking about, if they don't succeed, their mothers will pull strings behind the scenes and make sure they do win. So this energy is, when you become more mature, you start to realize that if you're in a competition, whether that be a sporting event or something to do with life, that you are going to, you're really competing with yourself. It's how well can you handle the stress of competition? Can you keep your shift together when there's stress? And this is talking about, if you can just be 1% better than you were the last time you went out there, you're going to improve greatly over time, and it'll be noticeable. Especially if everyone on a team does that, then the whole team is going to come out shining, and they actually deserve to win the trophy. So you can learn from the competition and be inspired by the competition instead of getting all worked up over a trophy. Although I have to say, trophies are fun to win. It's just not, all that. And then we have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is talking about something very new coming in. This is a gift from the divine in a collaboration with the universe. This is a cup of love. Now, love in tarot represents romantic love, but it can be love of anyone or anything, and also something you love to do or be. Generally, this card will represent an actual divine partner coming through. We have a peaceful relationship that is overflowing with love, and it's like a fountain. It just keeps filling itself. And the mud at the bottom of this water is growing these beautiful water lilies that will be blooming soon. So it's talking about out of the mud sometimes comes the most beautiful things. And then we have the 8 of Wands. Now, this is talking about the element of fire. just as the wands there. This is talking wood. The wands are made of wood because wood feeds the fire. And this is talking about action that is passionate. So sometimes this is showing that, you know, these 8 wands are landing tung, 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 in perfect order. This is a Sagittarius energy. If you think about the centaur shooting his arrows into the sky and they hit the target just in the right order, at the right time, that it's that type of energy. Plus, this card sometimes can represent an actual conception of a baby. The Page of Pentacles is talking about the pentacle energy being health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world. Now, you could have all the money in the world and still not have the lifestyle you want to live. Money is very important in the world, but you know, if you don't have love and you don't have your health, then all the money in the world isn't going to have you living your best lifestyle. So this is the Page, and the Page is talking about someone generally around 7 to 14 years of age starts working for the palace. In those days, you have to remember that the life expectancy was about half of what it is now. So they started work very young, and if it would be a real coup for them, because they would be living a much better lifestyle than a lot of other people. And also, if they were still there when they were 21, because it worked out really well and they could afford a horse, they might even be considered for knighthood. So this is talking about some sort of communication or information coming in. That was their main task, is delivering communication, running errands, tasks, you know, small tasks around the palace. And these days, this could be a female in her masculine energy. All of the characters in the tarot are archetypes, so they can be, they're not gender specific. They can be masculine or feminine. And so this could be a male or female in the masculine energy, and the queens could be like a male or female in the feminine. Sometimes this card does represent a time frame of, you know, like when you were 7 to maybe 21 years of age. So elementary school, high school, you know, just starting college, university, or perhaps, you know, starting out in the workforce, apprenticing, etc. So it doesn't have to be, but sometimes it can be a clue as to the information coming in. And back in those days, it would always be in person, because that was the only form they had. But you don't have to expect someone to knock on your door for the Page of Pentacles energy. You can you could get documents in the mail or paperwork or something to that nature. You might get an email, perhaps a phone call, a text message. You might be on social media and someone messages you there, or you see something posted there that interests you and you attend that, and then you meet someone in person that has exactly the information that you need. Also, if you're looking for information, say for investment or something to that nature, it's a really good idea to keep an eye on the top of the pyramid, because whatever is happening with the leaders of the countries, you know, that are running the world basically, and people that are influencers, etc., it might give you ideas as to trends or, you know, upcoming ideas that maybe you could invest in. We do have an energy here of someone who is standing their ground. So something may have happened, and there's when this information comes in, and it seems to be about pentacles, now you know what you know, so you're standing your ground, and you have conviction beyond a doubt that you will stand your ground. There was something you didn't know from before. Sometimes this can represent sibling rivalry. So it could be something that happened in your family, you know, like your first family. And this energy is saying, you know, because we do have these other people taking actions here against you. This is someone who, after this information about Pentacles came in, you're standing your ground, and you are holding this wand across your heart and protecting what you know belongs to you. You have a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. So this is like either you were in a real hurry because you had to rush out and you didn't pay attention to your footwear, or sometimes this can actually represent an energy of you standing between two worlds. Like you have, you just received this information and you haven't quite figured out what action to take, but you know that you will protect yourself. And from another perspective, this can be talking about someone who is walking in someone else's shoes, and that sometimes can represent some sort of identity theft or copycat energy, something to that order. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles coming in after this information. So this is a reward. It's saying that, you standing up for yourself and has you in an energy to receive this very large pentacle from the divine and in collaboration with the universe. And we have you on your path of glory here. That's this gateway is representing that you've been on your path. You've followed the rules basically of your destined path. You've done your best to stay on that path. So look at, you already have 2 aces coming out. Now I love this energy because on June the 9th, and it's the 5th today, this will be out on June the 6th. So we're starting to feel this energy coming in. We have Jupiter and Venus moving into the sign of Cancer. And a lot of astrologers are saying this is the luckiest day of the year. This energy is a little bit before and after as well, probably a week before and a week after you're feeling it. But June the 9th, some are saying it's the luckiest day of the year, and some are saying it's the luckiest day of the decade for love and money. And here, look at this. We have 2 rewards coming in here. So that bodes well. And then I've got this cat on my lap, so I'm just trying to navigate with her on here. We have, whoops. I turned that upside down. I had my deck upside down. Sorry about that. The Wheel of Fortune. I don't take reversals, so each of the cards has pluses and minuses, with strengths and weaknesses, and I prefer to read them in context with the other cards. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, definitely. Wow, like this is really cool energy coming in. And it's talking about your discernment is important because it's what's kept you like staying on the path of glory here, and that's why this is moving in your favor. The past, the present, and the future are coming together as one, and it's like in the now. So again, we have 2 cards here saying that this energy is moving forward right now in the spiritual realm for sure, and you should start noticing better energy coming in, quickly here, like in the next while. And this is talking about, this is God's plan, and this is a reward for you staying on your path. The universe is turning in your favor because it's time. It's basically timing and the actions that you have taken to be able to put yourself in a position where the universe can pull this in for you. And so on this wheel, there's actually 3 wheels, and on one of them are the Hebrew letters of the name of God, which is Tetragrammaton. And that is a sacred geometric symbol of equalization and perfect order and divinity. All right, so we also have coming in, we have the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords energy is talking, I'm just going to put these here. The 8 of Swords energy is talking about the being kind of in a mental prison. This energy is saying that, this person's having a hard time making their mind up what to do, or moving forward with that information or that thought. And so, they started out with 8 swords here, and there was, I feel, a lot more water at that time. Water in tarot represents emotion. So this person has put 7 thoughts behind them, and they've got this one thought in front, and I feel they're about to, cut these binds that are binding them. This quite often can represent someone that feels duty bound. Like this is about not wanting to make a decision because it's about people, maybe from the family or whatever that she cares about. But something has happened that she's found this out, and she has to make a move here. And we can see her leaving her castle behind. So this could be, like someone in your inner circle for sure. And this could represent even like your partner in business, or your significant other, family, whatever, friends, whatever this is. She's got her back to the castle, and she also has these thoughts behind her. She's got her left foot forward on dry land, so she is about to take a step forward with her right foot, but her left foot is still in this puddle. But it's a shallow puddle, so I'm not saying her emotions are shallow, but she has, there's way less water here than there was before, so she's not feeling as emotional, and she's ready to take that next step and move forward. Sometimes this can also talk about the energy of the people that she's leaving behind and the thoughts behind her back. We have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is representing the energy of someone who's one of the four kings in the minor arcana. He's been showing up a lot in the readings. He is basically a visionary, someone, he's considered to be the sexiest of the four kings, the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. You could forgive him for pretty much anything because he's charming and he's a lot of fun to be with. He has a love of adventure, and the wand does represent passionate action, and also it represents the ancestors and the descendants. So he maybe this is a love interest, maybe he's looking to expand his family or something to that nature. The King of Wands, his element is fire, so the lion and the salamanders with their tail in a circle represent protection from fire. There's a little salamander running by here also. And this is saying he's protected from fire. But I noticed that there's like a face on the back here. And now every time I look at this card, I can't not see it. It's two eyes, the mustache, the smoke coming out of the mouth and the nose. And this could just be saying he's smoking hot, because he is. But then it also could be saying where there's smoke, there's fire. So the King of Wands has a tendency to be a little bit on the... his love of adventure and new projects tends to bleed into his romantic life. So a lot of the people who are in the fire sign energies, that'd be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, have a tendency to settle down last. So just keep that in mind, because they just really value their freedom, and they're always looking for some passionate action and new adventures, etc. So they generally are the last ones to settle down. I'm not saying they can't, but they, it takes them a little bit longer than a lot of others. Do I have my deck upside down again? Gee whiz, sorry. So this is the Six of Wands, and this is talking about victory. So whatever you've been fighting with here, whatever's been going on here, taking that move forward, the wheel of fortune turning in your favor, you're coming out and you're being seen as a leader. Now look at, we have those 5 wands behind this here. So this could even be representing the fact that the people that maybe were in competition with you have to admit that you came out to be the leader in whatever this was about. And they might be a little disgruntled. Say this was a position, a promotion at work, and you received it. They have to admit that you did, you kept your shift together, you reined in your emotions, you've disciplined your mind, and you showed up as a leader. And so they have to admit, okay, you did deserve it. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a big, here we have that promise of that pentacle energy coming through. The 10 of Pentacles is the most you can have in the tarot. So this is talking about, ultimate lifestyle in a perfectly imperfect world. So it's basically saying you hit the golden buzzer. You get to jump forward without, having to be held back in any way. And this is talking about, it's raining money. You have the partner that you want to be with. This is sitting right on that Ace of Cups energy. You have, you're living where you want to live, and you have, there's even 2.5 children here. This could be talking about that energy of wanting to maybe start a family, wanting to expand your horizons. And then we have, so this is talking about, the ultimate lifestyle in a perfectly imperfect world. Woohoo! And we have the King of Cups. King of Cups energy, we're talking about someone who is the most reliable when it comes to love. Now, he is sitting on his throne, and he's out on the middle of this cement slab in the middle of this water. So it kind of reminds me of this energy. I feel there was a lot more water here. So this could be representing something, these two being in the same energy, understanding each other. Sometimes when there's more than one king, it can represent two people, but sometimes it can also represent one person who's in energy of passion and wants to offer a cup of love. So there's a big difference just feeling passionate about someone and then feeling passionate and wanting to offer a cup of love. This is talking about a commitment of some sort. And when the King of Cups does step forward and does offer a cup of love, it does mean it's usually a pretty solid offer. He's the most emotionally available of all the kings. He is able to really handle his emotions in a real strong way. And that's what this rough water around him is saying. So he's just waiting for the perfect opportunity to be able to offer this cup. So we've got passion and we've got love and we've got 10 of Pentacles. Why don't we just stop here? There's a lot of juggling and multitasking going on. So it's a busy time. So something's going on still here where the energy isn't quite settled. And he knows that he doesn't want to offer this cup of love until the answer is going to be yes. And so he knows that now might not be the best time, especially if this is the Queen of Swords. She might be going through something still and might not be open to another relationship, or being in a relationship quite yet, because she's still busy maybe tying up loose ends from whatever this is. But definitely the energy has shifted in quite a significant way. And sometimes this card can represent like just multitasking, someone who's super busy. And, it is warning that be careful not to get so busy and multitasking so much that it just becomes like a habit where you're keeping yourself busy to be busy, basically. You see the wave and the ships here are getting progressively bigger, and it's just saying that, that can have a lot of momentum. This can also be talking about having to juggle. Like sometimes this could represent someone, say, that is going to school and has to also work, to be able to pay for the school, or maybe working 2 jobs to to get this energy moving forward. This sometimes could even be like a single parent, maybe if someone, quite often the Queen of Swords can be divorced, and sometimes the King of Cups can be a paternal figure and a paternal line energy. So like this could represent your father, your uncles, male cousins, grandfather, great-grandfather, that sort of energy. This is saying juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And so this energy is talking about, okay, it's coming to an end now. Perhaps this energy here, the King of Wands, maybe is ready to settle down, and he wants to offer this cup of love to the Queen of Swords here. And this could talk about, it's not just, he doesn't just want to have like a fling or something. He wants to make a commitment. And this is the end. This ends the cycle then. So this energy is talking about starting a new cycle. When the World card comes up, it means that the Fool had started his journey at the 0 point, and now he's learned everything he can in this cycle, and it's time to start a new one, that you've achieved whatever success. And this is like, if we look at this, we're starting off with a lot of competition and this cup of love coming in, and it's coming in quickly. And I feel like this represents someone who also wants to start a family. We do have some sort of energy that happened here, but there's some communication about pentacles coming in. And that's when the Queen stands her ground, and she is very much like, I'm not accepting any more bullshit in my life, and the Wheel of Fortune starts turning because of it. And so now this energy, she's been busy doing her best to make these difficult decisions, and she has chosen to move forward. So perhaps this king did ask her, offer her a cup of love, and he's been waiting for her to answer. And she decides, yes, okay, I'm going to do that. And of course, if this is talking about a much better lifestyle, and maybe the time of being busy now is now over because we're moving into a new cycle. So what is happening now? We have justice. Okay, so when justice comes in, that's when we have this energy of the energy really shifting. So justice is talking about moving forward in a strong way. It is talking also about redemption from karma. Do you notice here that her foot is peeking out just like the right foot on this individual? So this could be, saying when this justice comes in, that's when the energy really can start moving forward. And it might have something to do with pentacle energy here, and this reward of love and money coming in. And we have also redemption of karma. So a lot of people will consider karma to be punishment, but karma actually just is cause and effect of your actions and sometimes your inactions. Like you could have direct karma because you took an action or didn't take an action that caused someone else suffering, and whatever you did causes you karma, or whatever you didn't do that you could have done and just watch someone struggle is karma for you. Then we have the energy of indirect karma, and that can sometimes come in from your ancestors, sometimes even your descendants with unfinished business, and also people you associate with in business, friendships, like family members, whatever, karma can be accrued in that way as well, indirectly. And you can also have karmic spaces, which most human beings have a tendency to fall in at one time or another. We have the Chariot coming in, and both these cards are saying karma is coming in. And quite often this can represent that too. So if you've been on the right side of the law, the justice is going to bring this really, really powerful energy in. And it's already like, I feel this is the promise of it. And now it's starting to move into this way. This is basically saying you're on the Chariot. And the Chariot is like a tank. Like it's like, okay, I'm on my destined path. Things are moving in my way. Get out of my way or I'll run you over. Boom, 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 boom. It's just like a tank running down the street here. Sometimes, because we do have some cards here that can represent legal actions, and that can be represented by this conviction beyond a doubt, standing your ground, sometimes can actually represent a conviction in a court of law. And we can also have this mental prison actually being a physical prison. We do have the justice coming in, and we have this card sometimes can represent the police force coming in because of the black and whites here. This energy is talking about, the sheriff's cars in the old days were always called black and whites. And so it's just an energy that has sort of stuck. And also in the old days, they used to put people in prison in these black and white striped uniforms. And that, any horizontal stripes on clothing, if you're wearing that, it's going to weaken the energy because it breaks it up, and it actually causes people, like it just weakens the energy energetically, like it just makes it less strong than if you think about a pinstripe suit, and right away it makes you want to stand up straighter, right? And like all the bosses in the old, in the old movies, they always wore those pinstripe suits. And then we do have this card. I was thinking this card was already out, but here it is now. So this is talking about actually making a move of some sort. This person is standing at the turret of their castle, and I feel this is this energy here of wanting to expand and wanting to add, like someone, you know, offer this cup of love and move into this new cycle. And so this sometimes can be franchise energy as well. It can be talking about, you know, having a successful business, but now wanting to be able to take that business and bring it into, you know, like maybe start franchises, or it sometimes can talk about actually changing location, like of a home, moving somewhere else. And sometimes that can even be overseas energy, or some sort of information or energy is coming in from overseas. So it's expansion in that way. This person is standing at the top of their castle with this globe, and they're saying, I have the world in my hands. But they also recognize that they're a big fish in a little pond. And it's kind of saying you need to expand your horizons. You're going to need to actually get out there and be moving forward in that energy. And actually this should be like this. I just got this, I put this one so close here. I was looking at this and wondering, something doesn't look right. Because this is the what we have to work with. This is the obstacles that come up, the courage to face it and move forward. And now we're in the heart's desires. And so we have that now, the energy of, yes, there we have it. Woohoo, we're moving forward. Yes. So this is talking about a new cycle, a leap of faith. The white sun in the background there is representing the energy of happy, and happy-go-lucky. This is, you know, the Fool has just a little bit of baggage, and these tattered sleeves represent that, yes, this is a new cycle, but they're taking what they learned from previous cycles, and they've been through it a little bit because their sleeves are tattered. So this is talking about taking what you know, conviction beyond a doubt, and moving forward with that energy. Awesome. And you're a rebel with a cause. So yeah, like it's all, I can feel the momentum building here. Your lifestyle's picking up. That's what I can feel. So this is talking about the rebel with a cause. This is an energy of, you know, taking really passionate action and really moving that forward. There's some sort of communication coming through, some sort of information coming in maybe. And, you know, we can see that the Knight of Wands, he has this big red plume on the back of his hat here. And this is representing that he is fiery. So he can be impulsive, and he has, in the past, I feel like he you know, he might have had quite a temper at times, impatient to move forward. And this is talking about being able to rein in the emotions and be in this energy very similar to this, so that you can have victory. So it's talking about now here it was like you've learned to do this, and now it's applying it so that on your journey that you are, you know, in a very adventurous, like new energy with the ACES. But at the same time, you're reining it in. You're not impulsive like you were in days of, you know, in the past. And we have the Six of Pentacles energy. Six of Pentacles talks about, it's talking about like upper middle class energy. It's nowhere near this yet. But I do feel that this pentacle energy here, whatever information came in, this is the beginning of it becoming better and working your way up to this. Because this is talking about, you know, this is having enough money to give to other people. Sometimes this can represent breadcrumbing energy. So this sometimes can be an energy like he's giving this money to this individual because his discernment is saying, yes, this person is going to use this and they're going to be wise with it and they need it to be able to move forward. Whereas this person, look at, there's something in his pocket here. So he has the scales of justice over his head, and he says, I'm not giving this person any money. Why should I give him my money to risk on whatever he wants to do with it, rather than him using his own. Forget it. And so maybe it's that sort of energy that happened down here, you know, and this information coming in, I feel this is talking about him realizing he's got something more coming in, and that he's way better off than he was before, and he wants to give some of that to charity. So, because this can in the past talk about also breadcrumbing, where someone was using your money to benefit themselves. And it could have been what this energy down here is about. Now, with this justice energy coming in, there could be some sort of, this information could be saying, hey, they've been caught or whatever, and there's all this other money coming in because of some sort of justice. And then we have the marriage card at the very top. So it's talking about that love. Is this all going to happen in the next 4 days by June 9th? I think this is the beginning of that energy for sure moving in. It's really good energy. So this is talking, this is the official marriage card. It's saying that it's the beginning of that fulfillment. So it's saying you do have enough money to put the down payment on your castle. Congratulations, that's a huge accomplishment. But now you still have the mortgage payments to make. You've popped the question and they've said yes. Or you popped the question and they said yeah. Did I say that? Or someone popped the question and you said yes. And now this is about planning the wedding and then moving forward and pouring your energy into the relationship so that you can really move forward in this strong way. I feel that this discernment has really paid off, and just holding your ground and saying, you know what, I'm not taking less, I'm not lowering my standards for anyone. That's the feeling I'm getting. We have competition here that's immature, sometimes sibling rivalry. This is the King of Cups wanting to make an offer. I do feel that this represents the passion and the cup, because that's what this is saying with the divine partner, and especially with this passionate action coming in. And then we have it's busy time. Like it's you know, there's a lot going on. And then when the world, this card hits, because justice comes in, and this could represent the police coming in, and then everything turns in your favor. And the news cycle starts. You're a rebel with a cause, and you know you have more money coming in, so you're, you know, able to be more generous with it, with your time and your energy. I feel that's a big change from this. And because this is like the marriage card, basically, fulfillment. And the beginning of that, like being in that energy. And then this is about having the discernment, having learned the discernment and the give and take in life, how much you're willing to invest your time, money, and energy into anyone or anything, and expecting a fair exchange for it. The Wheel of Fortune is turning for you. There could be the law coming in with this justice. Someone could be going to prison. There's definitely that energy there. And perhaps that was this energy here, is you were wondering if family members were maybe involved. And then when you found out they were, you were like, well, I guess they're going to have to deal with their own shift, because I'm not staying in this energy, not putting up with any more bullshit. And I want my reward. I want what's owed to me, and I want the love in my life. I want to start living the lifestyle that I want. I'm tired of feeling like I'm in this energy. Really, really good reading, though. It pays to set high standards and then keep them. So this is about, here we have, if you're leaving the reading here, this is, you know, a pretty good idea, but I will go ahead and I will clarify this for everyone. This is my Oracle Tales from the Vector. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you so much for your time and energy, and likes, comments, subscribes. I really, really appreciate them. And if you want clarification, here we go. We're going to clarify with my Oracle here. Let's see what's going on here. So Let's see, from the bottom of the deck to clarify this energy, we have the Hangman, and then we have Scorpio energy. Okay, so the numbers on these cards are representative of the paintings in this oracle, Tales from the Vector. Ooh, and this is talking about this is the order the numbers are in the oracle, in the gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. I will put the numbers as they appear here in the description box below, and I will and the information for the website. So if you want to take a look at the paintings to give you further clarity, then you could do so. We do have the Hangman here. So this can be like you are maybe stuck for quite some time. The Hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge, and he hangs upside down so he can gain a different perspective. So he wants to look at something from all angles. And so this is talking about having that balance there before taking action. But I also feel like this is saying you kind of your energy got slowed down and stuck for quite some time, waiting for this situation to resolve or to figure out what was really going on. And then we do have Scorpio energy coming in here, and this is talking about uniting the energy, elevating or conquering. So it's that energy I was talking about at the beginning of immature competition and maybe sibling rivalry of some sort. People and families can elevate each other, or they can try to conquer each other. And unfortunately, that happens at times. So I feel that's why this energy was so heavy. It doesn't have to be, but it could be like friends were involved, or someone, or even a significant other, and this could be divorce energy, or it doesn't have to be, but sometimes that represents that with the Queen of Swords. Now, I want to point out that if I have horoscope signs coming in, I'm not talking about an individual here. I'm talking about the energy of the sign. So Scorpio energy is talking about being able to really unite in people in its highest vibration, and sometimes being more in a conquer energy when instead of elevating people, conquering them with. And you have to remember, Scorpio is represented by the scorpion, and it has a sting. So sometimes that energy can come out. And so, if, you might say, no, Colette, there is a Scorpio in this situation. You want to trust your intuition, but I want you to be very clear. I want to be clear with you that I'm not talking about individuals. If you ever get your birth chart done, you'll find that you have all the signs, or most of them, in your birth chart somewhere. So we can learn from this energy. We can learn more about ourselves and also about others. The Mother's Worry card has been coming up quite a bit, and I really do feel this is more talking about the energy on the earth right now. There's been so much change, and I feel like a lot of people are really just feeling like, oh man, every day there's something else like coming up that I have to do or learn, or, there's all this technology coming out, and there's just, just with the energy the world's in right now, it's every day there's something else happening, and it's just, some people are just, there's just so much change happening, and it's quite significant too. It's like systems changing, and things that were quite settled before being disrupted. So this energy, I feel like a lot of people are more worried than normal on the planet. And then we have dissension. And this is saying with friends like this, who needs enemies? So swimming with sharks. And it's sitting right on this pentacle energy and this conviction beyond a doubt. Now that you know what you know that you're going to use your discernment, and you are going to move forward in a strong way. And you will stand up for yourself. That's when the energy starts shifting, when you realize, I'm done with this energy. I'm moving forward. I'm taking action. They'll just, I have to do what I have to do to protect myself at this time. And sometimes this energy can be due to jealousy. So I'd rather be better than bitter. That's a good energy to be in. Also, this could be the people here could have been jealous of you receiving this pentacle, and wanted it for themselves, some sort of energy around that. We have, we have 2 cards here. So let's grab this one. We have indifference. So this is another karmic space. You know, this is when people are saying, oh yeah, and they're smiling in your face, but behind you, behind your back, they are not. They are not your friend. And they're not in it. We're not in it all together. They are indifferent to whatever suffering their actions may cause because they want this reward coming in. And they're jealous. And so they're like, well, I'm going to see if I can take it. And we do have the magician energy. This is, sorry, my cat has happy feet, so she's doing the circle here. Are you purring? You're a good girl. So this is the magician energy, and this is talking about an upgrade coming in for sure for you. You have really displayed leadership qualities when you decided that you are going to step into this energy. And so this is talking about a major energetic upgrade for you. We have Sagittarius energy coming in. We just did have that full moon in Sagittarius. It was a blue moon that was on the 31st, and it's the 5th today. So that energy is waning off a little bit. But, you know, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and that Jupiter energy on June 9th, Jupiter is joining Venus and moving into the sign of Cancer. And that's supposed to be that absolutely lucky, lucky day in love and money. And what's it sitting on? Love and money. Gotta like that. And then we have judgment. So this is, yes, this is talking about, this is God's judgment. And so this is talking about cosmic judgment. Interestingly enough, too, the Sagittarius, the constellation of Sagittarius has a black hole in it. And a lot of people feel that that black hole is actually the heart of the Milky Way. And this is talking about cosmic justice. So I feel like that's saying, you deserve this. You deserve to have this love. You deserve to have a really good lifestyle. Enjoy it. It's time. And then we have perception. So there's some energy here, and this was this energy I was picking up. It doesn't have to be a significant other, but it kind of feels like the grass is greener on the other side, and then they find out, oh, it was fake. You know, but that energy, I mean, it could be about anything, but it also could have been your significant other. I'm getting for some people it is, for some people it isn't. And then we have father figures. So yes, that energy was what I was picking up over here. So this could talk about someone, like it could be talking about this King of Wands wanting to make a strong love offer because he wants to start a family and become a father. It also could be talking about, you know, this paternal energy here. Because it could be both. It could be a cup of love from, you know, for this, for the love. But it also could be something about your paternal father, or someone down the family line. Because there's judgment on this, and it's sitting on also the sibling rivalry. So this is, remember, it's like your paternal line. So it could be brothers, cousins that are male. You know, your father energy and uncle, that sort of energy. And we have down the paternal line. And then we have, whoops, I've grabbed 2 again here. We have the Earth Star energy. So the Earth Star is talking about being able to start really manifesting at a high level. This is talking about that Wheel of Fortune turning. It's hard to do this with a cat with happy feet on your lap. Someone had asked me to show that I'm pulling the cards, and so I'm doing my best to do that without dumping the cat. She's in the zone, so a cat's purr actually raises the vibration to healing vibration and lowers blood pressure. Sometimes I wonder, though. Nah, you're doing a good job, Stella. And then we have the lack of awareness. So, yeah, this is talking about, you know, Never underestimate the power of willful ignorance. This is a karmic space. And the reason is because, especially after doing a lot of these readings, I swear love is blind. It's not just a saying. When you have family members that you love, or you have significant other or friends that you think of as family, that, that energy, you don't want to see certain things about them, but eventually you have to. Because if you don't, then you're going to end up not receiving what you should be getting. And we have Aquarius energy. So that's, this is talking about Uranus. So I was wondering if Uranus was going to come up here. So Uranus is talking about the planet Uranus moved into the sign of Gemini about a month ago. And the last time Uranus was in Gemini was way back in 1941 to 1949. So during World War II energy, and towards the end of it, the years directly after that, and there was a lot going on in the world then. And this energy, you could check it out if you want to check it out. It was around the end of the beginning of May, middle of May readings when that happened. And that energy is really wanting the truth to come out. And so we're seeing a lot of truths coming out. The thing about the truth is that the truth will set you free, and you can make way stronger choices when you know the truth. Having said that, sometimes the truth can be painful to hear, and sometimes we'll avoid hearing it. We kind of know, we know deep down that something's wrong, but we just don't want to see it. And so this is talking about that energy of the truth coming out, and it's also talking about, to be moving forward here, is you don't have to make great big huge leaps of of faith. You can like the Fool here, he's taking a leap of faith, but he can do it in smaller steps and move forward, do little experiments. Does that work? Okay, if that works, then I'm going to do it this way, and I'll double up on it. If it doesn't work, then I'll stop doing it that way. And because there's a lot of new energy in the planet right now, and a lot of people are having to tweak what they used to do to be able to be more successful. And you can look at that as being an adventure. All right, this is a really good reading. There's a lot of potential here, lots of really good energy. If you would give it a like and a comment, if you've enjoyed it, if you've benefited from it, that would be awesome. And also consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. And I will be back with another daily reading for you again tomorrow. All right. Bye for now.